Hello friend, in this video we learn about multi-tenant multi-resource authentication using ADLJS and MSLJS. What do you mean by multi-tenant and multi-resource? That means we can get a Microsoft Graph token and SharePoint token using ADLJS and MSLJS. These are the two different tokens which will be required in some situation, like if we have to get the data related to users or groups, then we can use graph token. If we have to use SharePoint related data to get document library list user profile data, then we can use SharePoint token. Let's take a look at live example. So currently I have configured live example with ADLJS on live site. So I am opening the method using ADLJS. So over here I have opened the live demo. So currently I am not logged in to this application. So first let me log in. It will prompt for basic user console to add your profile. I have accepted the request. Now it will get in the graph token and then the SharePoint token. Okay, let's see if I am refreshing this application. If I am already logged in, it will get the data from the request. So if we see there are two requests, so first of all the input is BR group SharePoint, which is a SharePoint endpoint, and me, which is a graph token. And if we see if we have to check like what is the information in token, we can also check from jws.mst jwt.ms. So we can see what type of token and endpoint or audience URL will be there. For this token, the audience URL will be graph, so we can only make a graph call. And if we take a look at current user, which is a SharePoint endpoint, so I am copying this value and duplicate this page. This is graph endpoint, and now this is SharePoint endpoint. For this demo I have used ADLJS. If we ADLJS is deprecated, Microsoft suggests to use MSLJS for future version. So let's take a look at the MSLJS as well. So as I am already logged in with the same client ID, it will detect like I am already logged in, and it will get the data from graph as well as SharePoint. So to work with this application, let's see the code for index.html and app.js. This is for ADLJS. We have reference ADLJS, polyfill for if required. Now if we take a look, there is a app.js and two button, login and logout. If user is already logged in, then logout will be displayed. And if we check app.js file, the main core part of this application is a configuration. We have to provide the client ID using which we have to get the token. Post logout URL, the same file which we are running. So this will be configured in Azure AD applications. Now endpoint input is graph, Microsoft Graph, and once we get the token, this is a configuration, both context. If we get the token, then there is a callback. So get current user here. For the callback method, if it is a fail, then it will give the error response, but if user is successfully logged in, then we are getting the auth context using the user. If we have the already user, we are displaying username and then getting the token. This is a method which will use for get graph token. This is acquiring the graph token using the graph URI, and there is another method. Once we get the graph URL, graph token, we will use SP user, which is a SharePoint token. So in the same method we are using both graph and SharePoint token. So this is auth context acquire token. And if we take a look at MSL.js, so demo for MS as well, the main logic will be in app.js. So app1.js for the MSL configurations. The tenant URL I have set over here, MSL config both. We have to provide client ID and the authority. The common will be used for multi-tenant authentication. If the application you want to use only for the same tenant, then you can pass the tenant ID. Otherwise, common for multi-organizations. Store auth state in cookie, graph config, scope. We are using user.read scope minimal, and also if we have to get the data using MSL, we are configuring in MSL. For ADL.js, we are using the auth context over here. We are passing the MSL config. Then this will be the same, but the callback will be different. When we click on the sign in button, it will go to the Microsoft like login pop-up, and if it will get a token, then it will be go to this one. So acquire token for this request URL, which is a graph pool. Once we get the graph pool, if we don't have the tenant URL, like it may be possible like we don't know tenant URL. So what we can do, we can get the extra code to the root URL. So this is a root site collection. Based on this one, we can get the site URL, which is a tenant URL. And once we get the tenant URL, we are requesting the scope with tenant URL / default, which is a SharePoint scope, and then we are calling the SharePoint SPO call using MSL. So if we take a look at MSL, SPO, so SPO not this one, we will require acquire token for SPO tenant URL. Okay, this is the method for acquire token SPO. What we are doing for MSCL token silent. If user is already logged in, and then it will not give the pop-up, but it will be used the configuration which we have passed with the scope, and then it will be generating. If we take a look at this example for MSL, let me open this one, MSL, and F12, so we can see how the request will be going. I am refreshing this page. So first of all, it will be requesting me, so the input would be graph.me, and token for this one will be different than ADL.js. So if we take a look at audience URL, for graph token, and here SharePoint and audience for graph. If you take a look at different token, which is a SharePoint, then we can also see the different token as well. So I am opening the different token in JWT. over here. If we have to request SharePoint, the audience must be provided with SharePoint site URL. So audience will be same and the token and other information will be different. So this is a scope, other information. So using this demo, what we can do, we can access Graph token and SharePoint online. If we have to get more data like create a group, delete group, or for the SharePoint part, if we have to create the content type, if we have to get the images or document library, then we can use the SharePoint token, because all the SharePoint REST API are not available in Graph. For this application, I have created a app registration in this demo, which is BR support, and we have logged in with this one. So this that's why it is supported with multi-tenant. If we open this one and log in with the same tenant, if I am already not logged in or I didn't provided the consent, then it will give me the prompt. Otherwise, it will get the data. User consent will be required. So if I am in these applications, authentications, and if we take a look at permissions from this side, grant admin consent to use is this application in same tenant, this will be required for grant, otherwise it will be not required. And now it will be working for the Graph token, and now the same thing work for the SharePoint as well. If we open with MSL, let's see how it will be. It will be prompting for the user sign in. I am signed in to this user, and the extra pop-up is up here due to SharePoint. So the silent authentication for this one is not supported, I think. Okay, that's it. You can find the reference purpose for this GitHub repository as well, and I have configured this demo from this two repository as well, so you can take a look at more detail for this repository as well. Thank you.